touch them up when they get here, okay? All right, so go ahead and do the next slide, Peter. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so we're going to be talking about how to work the algorithm over here, because there's a lot of stuff that you guys are going to have to learn about in order to understand when you make a post, how to make it more effective. And so some of the things you're going to have to understand is that you are competing for space with people on the feed, right? The algorithm's got to serve millions of people. It's got to figure out how to serve you the content. And when you're working with other people, you're basically fighting for other people for that space, right? And so you're going to have to up your odds in order to get that place in the feed. And then, so here's how you're going to do it. So you're going to have to understand that Algo now is being largely run by Grok. Okay, so Elon has transitioned away from the traditional algorithms, which were way too easily gamed by spammers, to Grok, which can actually understand the context of the post that you're making. And when Grok looks at that, it looks at a bunch of different metrics, such as like, what is the quality of the content that's being written? So things like spelling errors, for example, ding you. If you use hashtags, that dings you. If you are, 50 emojis in there, that tends to ding you. There's a whole bunch of things that it's looking for to be able to rate quality. And the algorithm is constantly changing. So they don't want to give away like the exact algorithm, but we have some ideas from things that Elon's talked about on how the algorithm functions, but they're never going to give away 100% because then later a spammer can then use that, and then later they can game the system. So let's go ahead and look at, for example, like follower count. So that definitely does help you in order to get your content out. Elon has tried to transition a bit away from that so that your content is a little bit more stands on its own, right? But like I said, there's always constantly going back and forth because there's people constantly complaining, hey, I got a large audience, 1 million followers, and I only get like 500 likes on something. So there's going to be a little bit of back and forth on that stuff. But there is a priority that's given in the feed. Videos get the highest priority in the feed, followed by images, followed by text. So if you have a video, you put some text into it, you do an image, you put some text into it, that gets a little bit higher ranked on that. And the way the algorithm also works, it looks at things like time spent viewing the post. So if you make a video, right, somebody only watches 6 seconds of that video, it literally just is not going to get pushed out by the algo anymore. The algo is looking for things that users are actually interacting with. And so you want to be able to create content that's engaging, because that then later gets the algo to push your content out further. And there's multiple ways that I'm going to explain how you can get those minutes up spent on your post, right? So there's another thing that the algorithm tends to prioritize, and that's trending topics. Now I'm going to explain to you where you can find the trending topics. That changes constantly, right? And there's algorithms behind that too. So for example, Trump and Obama, those are always constantly trending topics, right? But they're looking for new and fresh trending topics, and so they have algos behind that. So I'm going to explain that in a second here. Hashtags are now punished. I know Twitter started out as the hashtag place, and they're the ones that popularized it, but now Elon's pushing